So, my goodness. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, was on 60 Minutes as well. I don't know why. I would avoid these people like they were the plague unless I was in their pocket.
On an issue, when I'm outspoken about it and I take my stand or my position, the first reaction is Marjorie's crazy. Marjorie's extreme. Marjorie's a right-wing extremist. And then what will happen is my colleagues will go back home to their district and their own constituents are coming up and saying, are you supporting Marjorie? Do you agree with Marjorie? Have you co-sponsored Marjorie's bill? And then they find out, oh, maybe she's not crazy. And then they end up agreeing with me. Hi, good morning.
This is fueling her clout in the Republican Party, as is her record as a top fundraiser and a close advisor to Kevin McCarthy. After MTG helped him win the speakership, he rewarded her with positions on two powerful committees: House Oversight, that's investigating the Biden family business dealings, and Homeland Security. Now, what she thinks about the issues matters, like preventing the government from going into default by raising the debt ceiling.
Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, says that if we don't raise the debt ceiling, that this country will be thrown into an economic and financial catastrophe. And so I'm asking you if you're willing to risk that.
You know what's put us in an economic catastrophe is, again, the people that have spent $31 trillion that forced this situation to happen.
Well, wait a minute. Trump is as much responsible for that as any.
All right. Everybody, Republicans, Democrats.
Okay.
It was all before I got here.
Would you be willing to vote for compromise? In other words, raise some taxes?
I don't think we have a revenue problem in Washington. We have a spending problem.
You know something? That's glib. That's glib. What does that mean? The two sides have to come together and hammer it out.
Cut spending.
Both sides.
Both sides need to cut spending.
Where you want to cut it?
COVID bailout money and a lot of green energy spending.
But are you willing to let us go into default?
No. I've always said I wouldn't do that.
So would you compromise?
It depends.
On taxes. You won't.
No, I'm not raising taxes.
So you see from an earlier point in the video where she's leaned in, her shoulders are curved in, she's leaned forward, she's embracing this part of the talking towards the interviewer. Whereas now, she's adjusted herself in the chair, and not once did she give me the believe me look, but you see her go back, she wants to get away from that topic. I do not know if it's from the tax raising stance or the implications of a country defaulting and not wanting to compromise in the sense of increased spending, because her whole stance is to decrease spending and do not raise taxes.
Things she says that are over the top, like
The Democrats are a party of pedophiles.
I would definitely say so. They support grooming children.
They are not pedophiles. Why would you say that?
Democrats support, even Joe Biden, the president himself, supports children being sexualized and having transgender surgeries. Sexualizing children is what pedophiles do to children.
Wow. Okay, but
I have to comment on the interviewer. She didn't have a response to that. The brain went blank. MTG cornered her, and there was nothing there. She could not counter with something of logic or something even emotional. That was actually pretty good. Maybe she should have done this interview.
I think it's good that you're responding to the charges. I think it's a legitimate
because
thing
people
for us to
constantly focus on it, but never focus on anything good about me.
Let me button this up and we'll move on. You want to bring the Republican Party closer to your views. You want to bring the country closer to your views. You've said that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here are some of the things you've said. That America should have a Christian government, that abortion should be banned nationally, that you want to defund the FBI. Yes. You want immigration to stop for 4 years.
She's reading her views back to her, and you're seeing heavy breathing and quick breathing, the rise and fall of her chest. I assume she's had some kind of Botox, because not to have any kind of forehead movement, even to emphasize things, is not normal.
You've said those things, correct?
So yeah, these are some of my views.
The Constitution, the very First Amendment, prohibits having a religion in the government.
Yet the founding fathers quoted the Bible constantly and were driven by their faith.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
As a fervent supporter of the now indicted Donald Trump,
I'm still not sure why she did this interview. I will say, as you saw earlier with her heavy breathing, bucking the DC social pressure does stress her. Humans are social creatures, so the more relationships she builds, the harder it will be to stick to her values.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for Gold subscribers.